Alright, I'll probably keep this video private, but I've been asked, to test the proper timing with inductance difference at a little higher setting, thinking that that'll give us the same peak power, same d-axis current. So we got the logs from the last one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to got to remember how I want to set all this. So I've got to put this back. So basically it's 169 roughly that it calibrates at, and we're going to put this at 300. And then what we're going to do, so 169 motor inductance difference at 300. We're going to calculate apply. It's going to change some numbers there for us. We're going to save that. And so we actually have our encoder offset set to where it wants to be. We have that saved where that should be. And the theory is that's going to give us the same peak power, but it's going to use maximum torque per amp to get that last little bit of power rather than the timing offset. So it's possible that this works the same. Now I am only going to do it on the drive side, not the regen side, just because I don't want to risk having something fault on both sides at the same time. I prefer not to have that happen. So I'll just go over here, turn on fans. Runs. Okay, so should be okay to do this test. I want to record these. Trying to be thorough and test everything we can see. So basically 150, 160, 170. We're knocking on 180, but like an average of 175 kilowatts output again. So that was the last run. That was back with 102.5 degrees timing on the drive side. Encoder offset on the drive side. So here we go. I saw two things. First off, the power is not there. So this verifies that the way I've got it is most likely the way I'm going to get the most power. Second off, look at this. Look at the d-axis current. How when it gets in the field weakening, all of a sudden, bang, it cranks backwards. That's not what field weakening is supposed to do. So we'll probably see something weird looking in the... Yeah, you can see it in the peak power. So peak power is actually way down, barely touched 150 kilowatts and come back. Inductance difference of 300 doesn't seem to help much. Like I did point out a while ago, and I've noticed this, somewhere around the 200 mark, motor inductance difference, it seems to start to, maybe even a little less, maybe around 150 or 170 microhenries motor inductance difference. It starts to become, as you increase it, it's diminishing returns. It quits giving you as much. It kind of, the first 100 microhenries of inductance difference gives you the biggest benefit. Like if you do 150 inductance difference, it gives you like 80%, 90% of the peak power versus 300. The last 150 microhenries of inductance difference barely makes any difference. Something else, I did record that and I'll share the logs. You can see the current control problems here. Look at this, before we even got into field weakening, I'm pretty sure, so like 890, that'd be 890, probably 891 there, 892, yeah, so 891, 891.5, just before 891.5. If we look here, 890, yeah, it's well before field weakening started. We're having current control problems at those speeds, so it's actually not controlling the current nicely. So this very much likely needs to be saved here at 69. I'm going to put this back at 250. I'm not going to do another run. I don't need to. I've proven it multiple times that what I had it set at before was good. I should calculate the fly though, so I don't forget that. And then the offsets, I put this back at 102. And that seems to be, again, the best setting. I just haven't found anything better. Now, I might be able to gain a bit more by adding 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 degrees more here, going up to 107.5. But like I said, we're really pushing this thing. If we look at the temperature, we're in a run where we started at like 20 degrees Celsius or whatever. We're knocking on 80 degrees Celsius in like, what is that, 5 seconds or something? 10 seconds, I guess. But, you know, that's a quarter-mile run. There's no way I'm going to be able to run any more power than that anyway. So I think we're good there. I'll stop the video there and I'll share those logs.